All right, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Dirt Racing Network's live coverage of the Dirt Slingers Wednesday Night Warriors UMP Modified Series. Tonight, season finale, Season 1, Knoxville, Iowa. The sign on the gate out front, big half-mile track. These guys going to tear it up here in just a little bit. 21 modifieds out on the track for you. Wanted to get our pre-race ceremonies out of the way, so we will head for that right now.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
And now, please welcome Pastor Sam Foley from Port Orange, Florida, to deliver tonight's invocation.
Father, we ask today that you protect and bless those who participate in this race. May they use good sportsmanship and respect for each other. And we'll thank you and praise you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, huge thank you to the Foleys for the invocation and for our national anthem. Sam and Johnny, big fans of the Dirt Racing Network. 3 heats on tap, and it is time to get down to the track. Drivers drew for starting positions in each heat race. I saw both our points leader and second place show up in the server tonight, so the battle not over just yet, but on the pole for heat race number 1, the over-the-wall photography. Elbows Up Simsport number 72 from Milford, Ohio, Jeffrey Stewart. And on the outside of him, his teammate, the Fairway Mortgages, BS Air Catch Pencil Apparel, Elbows Up Simsports number 44 from Millersburg, Pennsylvania, Tyler Shell. Row 2 on the inside, the GoToShrinkCorey.com number 17 from Naugatuck, Connecticut, Christopher Monroe. On the outside of him in the Jones Rockin' Dirt, Band of Brothers Racing, number 70 from Abilene, Kansas, Will Gatsky. Third row on the inside from Wasso, Oklahoma, Colby Cooper. And on the outside of him in the Riverview Boat Store, number 119 from Bellevue, Iowa, Jack LaFleur. And making up the back row by himself from Waverly, Nebraska, the 8 machine of Cole Newhofen. Newhofen, a race winner. Tyler Shell, a race winner. So a couple of race winners. I think Kobe Cooper might have picked up a win in the middle of the season in maybe his first start here. So several of these guys race winners. Everybody's going to have a shot. Last time we were here, we watched John Batista and Tyler Shell put on a massive slide fest with each other for 23 to 25 consecutive laps. It was one of the best races ever. Half a car decided it at the line. We expect nothing less from the two at the top of the points again tonight. We're going to see Shell on track first, outside front row. They're going to go green out of 4. Top 4 go straight to your feature. Everybody else will have to work out of the B main. 20 cars for 35 laps when we make it to that A main tonight. Pace truck headed to the infield Green flag in the air. These guys are at it already. You saw a little contact there. Stewart and his teammate Shell when they headed right out of turn 4 to come up the front stretch. Now Tyler Shell with the crossover. Looks like maybe he's going to have the advantage going down into 3 and 4. We'll see what Stewart can do. Both cars checked up on entry right there. Tyler Shell to the lead at the end of lap number 1. Here comes Will Gatsky. Gatsky now a little bit out of shape. He made a little contact with Stewart down the backstretch, found the wall going into 3, but he's hanging on to that 3rd spot right in front of Newhoffen. Newhoffen started 7th. He's up to 4th, coming forward quickly. And that number 8 machine there got around Cooper in the 99. Cooper sitting 5th, Monroe, and then LaFleur in that order right now. Tyler Shell out in front, left front, up on the berm. He's got the 44 car rolling already tonight. Drop weeks for the drivers. Mr. Shell will have 1. Mr. Batista will end up with 2. We'll see how that all shakes out at the end of the night. Right now it's about 70 points between 1st and 2nd place when you count the drops. Four laps to go, halfway home, heat race number 1. Still Shell, Stewart, Gatsky, but Newhoffen making a move on Gatsky. Couldn't get it there that time. Gatsky with the momentum line on the high side. And I'll bet he keeps the 70 car out wide. We'll see what Newhoffen decides to do. Gatsky's putting some pressure on the back of Stewart. Just Stewart running that middle line, not able to go around him high, not able to cut it and go low. Big 2-for-1 slider that time. Newhoffen got the bumper up in front of Gatsky, made him check up. That's going to let Cooper get to the inside. We'll see if Cooper does the same thing. He had to check up so he didn't run into Newhoffen. Cole Newhoffen from 7th, battling for 2nd now. Slide job in 1 and 2 again. Trying to take a spot with the slider, couldn't do it. Shell checking out on these guys. He's going to get the white flag first. We're watching 2nd, 3rd, and 4th right here. Newhoffen, Stewart, Gatsky. Out of 4. White flag in hand for the flagman. Shows it to Shell. Now shows it to Newhoffen next. And here comes Gatsky around the top side of Stewart. That's the final 2 transfer spots. The 70 and the 72 side by side. Into 3 and 4 for the final time. Tyler Shell will win heat race number 1. He's going to the feature. Will Gatsky off the right side of Stewart's car, and Stewart flipping down the front stretch. Let's see how this shakes out. Newhoffen was 2nd, Colby Cooper. Chris Monroe finishes 4th. Stewart, LaFleur, and Gatsky. A lot of contact there and a lot of wrecked cars at the end of heat race 1, but Tyler Shell still going to pick up the victory as we'll move on to heat race number 2. Hey, everybody. Glad to see some people in chat there. We're going to go to our starting lineup for heat race number 2 on the pole. Going to be the 020 of Keenan Batters on his outside. The 11 car of Shane Yates. Row 2 on the inside. The 11 car of Cole Basso. And his outside in the Shake and Bake Racing number 1 from Junction City, Kansas, Jacob Schmutz. 3rd row inside from Owasso, Oklahoma. The Night Trips number 13, Cody Kelly. And on the outside of him, James Bond. No, it's not James Bond. It's Jacob Fields in the 007. And on the back row by himself in the 90 machine going to be Jeff Fitzpatrick. I see Tim Nichols. I see my guys from Racecast here. I see Mr. Layton in there. Hey guys, don't forget on your smartphone, go over to your app store, Racecast. You can watch live streaming events. They've got a lot of schedules and different things for real racing. They've got some flea markets going on. There's a ton of stuff going on inside that app, so be sure you download it on your smartphone. Doesn't matter, iPhone or Android. Go grab that app. All right, 8 more laps. 4 more cars going straight to our feature race. Batters and Yates on the front row. Pace truck is in. Green flag in hand. Looks like Shane Yates going to have the run on the outside as they get 3 wide into 1 on lap number 1. Yates comes away with the lead. Still 2 wide, little contact between Batters and Schmutz. That is going to wreck everybody in this one. I think the 007 machine was hooked on the 20, but it looks like he's going to get away from it. Let's go back and take a look real quick here. I don't want to lay the blame on anybody without seeing it, but they get down to turn 1. Yates goes around the high side. He had all the momentum here. And the Schmutz and Batters get together coming out of the corner. And it looks like the car on the inside and Batters maybe moved up a little for him. And Schmutz was there already. So unfortunate, but we will see how this plays out. I want to say Jacob Fields' car, the 007 machine, was very injured, ran into pit road and ran right back out. I don't know if they got that car fixed or not. Didn't look like it was tracking straight anyway. Yates, Basso, Kelly, Fitzpatrick, Schmutz, Batters, and then Jacob Fields coming by. He is going to swap spots with Keenan Batters. Batters will go back to 7th. Jacob Fields will line up in the 6th position. Damage on the front of Fitzpatrick's car. One of the cars involved in it. I don't see a lot on Schmutz's car. I do know he was part of it. I don't think he caught a whole lot of the damage. But they will get lined up 2 wide. We were going to have 7 laps once we get the green to get this thing going again. All right, Yates and Basso on the front row now. Yates on the throttle. Basso completely asleep. He and Cody Kelly have contact. And we're going to be 2 and 3 wide again as we get into 1 and 2. Everybody trying to get that sorted out. Yates with the lead, Kelly second, Basso, and then Schmutz, your top 4. That's your transfer cars right now, but here comes Fields. Got the 07 car fixed. Whatever was bent on it, they got it straightened out. He is now into 5th, and he is looking at the back of that blue number 1. Jacob Schmutz trying to run him down. Got plenty of time to do it, 5 laps. The driver of the 007 car quick every single time we get to see him, and he's already there, made up all that distance. The bottom side of turns 3 and 4. Now a 3-4 car battle, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Only 4 go to the show directly from here. There's a slide job. Basso trying to take the spot. Kelly easily crossed him over, 3 wide down the front stretch. Now they sort it out a little bit now. Fields to the high side around Schmutz. Does he have enough momentum? Keeps the car side by side. Schmutz now going to slide across the nose. I'm pretty sure we're going to see a crossover here. Fields went to the bottom side, had plenty of momentum. He's got the spot at the line, but he isn't clear. Now with the slide job right to the middle, holds the car to the bottom. Cody Kelly, the 13 machine, blinking just a little bit, sitting in 2nd. Schmutz got up underneath Fields right there. Everybody able to save him, but that's going to cost Schmutz a ton of time with 2 to go. Yates gone, 1.6 seconds right now out in front. We're watching the battle 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. There's Yates. Here are the other 3 cars as Field goes 1 and 2. He went from 4th to 2nd at the entry to turn 3. Can he hang on to the spot when we get to the line? Looks like the 007. After an early race incident, goes to the pits, gets the car squared away. Now he's running 2nd. Heat race number 2, Cody Kelly in 3rd, Cole Basso in 4th. Shane Yates, the 11 machine, going to pick up the win. Heat 2, he'll go to the feature. He'll bring Jacob Fields, Cody Kelly, and Cole Basso with him. Jacob Schmutz, Keenan Batters, and Jeff Fitzpatrick. See you guys in the B main. 2 down, 1 to go. Heat race action. On the pole for heat race number 3 in the Casey's General Store, number 04 from Des Moines, Iowa, Jason Randolph. And on the outside of him, the 017 machine of Buddy Ware. Row 2 on the inside, the 07 of Jaden Wolf. And on the outside of him, the Force and Wake I-54 Lawyers UDSRA number 73 from St. Louis, Missouri, Larry Moody. Row 3 on the inside. Second in the points right now, the Ultimate Dirt TV Black Number Motorsports number 54 from Ellington, Florida, John J.B. Batista. And on the outside of him in his second week back, behind the wheel at DSRL, the 28 car of Zach Rounds. Back row all by himself, another Ultimate Dirt TV machine, Black Number Motorsports sponsored 36 machine of the Lawnmower Man, Nathan Davis from Sellersburg, Indiana. So 3 heat races of 7 cars. Top 4 going to the feature from the heats. We'll put 9 cars in our B main, and 8 of those will get to run our 35-lap feature. Champion at the end of the night. And right now, that 54 car, you see him inside row 3. He has got a lot of work to do. He's got to catch a break, and he has got a ton of work to do. He's got to hope for just a little bit of bad luck for the 44 machine tonight, too. Don't be afraid to say hi in the chat, guys. Doesn't matter if you're YouTube, Twitch, or Facebook. I can see you. If you're on YouTube and Twitch and you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. You'll know every time we go live. If you're on Facebook, drop by the Dirt Racing Network's page on Facebook. Give us a like, a share, and a follow. On our way to 10,000 followers. Inside of 300 left on that ticker. But Heat 3 is about to go green out of turn 4. Final heat race of the season. Randolph and Ware on the front row. Pace truck already in. Drivers antsy. Now we're green. Already 3 wide for second in the points back there. John Batista, he looks like he might clear Moody this time. He is going to fly 3 wide again with Rounds on the outside, Ware in the middle, Batista on the bottom. Little squeeze play between the 54 and the 28. Now contact between the 28 and the 017. Rounds is able to gather it back up. 4-car pack behind your 3 leaders. Battle at the front already. Jaden Wolf down on the bottom trying to take the lead from Jason Randolph. Good battle here. We're going to go back to 4th here as soon as this is settled. That is a great battle. All 4 cars back there battling for that final direct transfer spot. Wolf, Randolph, Batista, 1, 2, 3. Now Rounds on the inside. Ware on the top. Then Moody in the 73 on the inside of Davis in the 36 machine. Davis with a big run down the backstretch as Ware catches the fence. That's going to settle things out for just a second. Now Davis puts the right rear up against the wall. But Zach Rounds in your final transfer spot. Here comes Batista. Up to second around Randolph. Now the doors closed from the 07 car. High side in 3 and 4 brings the 54 car right up on the marbles. Just not quite enough up there right now to make that momentum line work as he looks to the exit of 3 and 4. Good run off of 2. But Wolf able to hang on. Going to be 3 to go this time. Wolf, Batista, Randolph, Rounds your top 4. Then Davis, Moody, and Ware behind that. Batista now going to the basement to see what's down there for him. Out of 2, not much gained. Back to the top in 3 and 4 as Wolf goes to the bottom. Two to go that time. Wolf, Batista, Rounds now around Randolph as Zach Rounds starting to close the gap here on second place. Does he have enough time left? White flag in the air. Heat race number 3. Final time around. Wolf, Batista, Rounds, Randolph, your top 4. Jaden Wolf out of turn 4. He is going to win heat race number 3. John Batista second. Zach Rounds third. Jason Randolph, your final transfer car. We'll see Davis, Moody, and Ware here in just a moment in the B main. Good action all the way through the heats. B main time. Going to have 9 cars. 8 of these guys going to make it through to the feature. 1 car headed for the showers. It's going to be Stewart on the pole with Schmutz to his outside. Davis on the inside of row 2 with LaFleur on his outside. Keenan Batters, row 3 inside. Larry Moody outside. Row 4, Will Gatsky and Jeff Fitzpatrick inside and out. And on the back row, going to be the 017 of Buddy Ware. I don't know why that wouldn't turn off, but it didn't want to. All right, 9 will start, 8 will transfer. Both of your points contenders straight to the feature. I believe the 44 car of Tyler Schill going to start pole position for this race, and John Batista going to be somewhere around 6th outside of row 3 when they roll off. Last time they were here, Batista started up front, had a pretty sizable lead, and he got run down. Mr. Shell started 19th, I believe, in that feature race, and in a 35-lap feature, the last 25 laps, those two were right on top of one another. So, green, the next time we come out of turn 4. Jeff Stewart, Jacob Schmutz on the front row. Pace truck in the infield, waiting on Stewart to give us the go. He's on the throttle. Great start at the front. Schmutz going to keep it even with him going into 1. He's got the high side, which may mean he has the preferred line on exit. And contact again. These two made contact earlier, I think. And once again, Schmutz on the short end of that stick as he's got damage on the right side of the one machine now. So they will rack them back up 2 by 2. We will have an 11-lap B main. Just waiting for race control to sort everything out. They'll get the guys in the right order, and then they'll file them up 2 by 2. Should be the next time we come around the front stretch. They'll tell them the 1 to go and 2 by 2 for their formation as they get ready to restart. Don't forget, guys, tomorrow night, Wicked Energy Gun 410 Outlaw Series. 8 p.m. Eastern. Season finale will crown a champion in that series as well. Around $3,500 in the pot these guys are racing for. Possibility of the first repeat champion. This is season 6 for that series, and we have never had a repeat champion in the series. So 5 seasons, 5 different champions. Right now, 2 former champions atop of that points battle. Going to be a good one. They're going to be at the dirt track at Charlotte. KR Stolfus back in the booth to have his final call for a while at DRN with you guys on that one. So be sure you tune in for that. But we are back to racing here. B Main, the Wednesday Night Warrior Series. And this time, Stewart gets a pretty good jump. He didn't have a car right beside him going into 1 and 2. We're going to keep our eyes on the one car of Jacob Schmutz here as we go along through this B main. But it is Stuart Davis, LaFleur batters Moody. They are side by side back there. Third on back. Saw Davis almost get into Stewart. Schmutz kind of stuck in the back right now, trying to figure out which line he wants to take. Maybe split those two cars. Needs to get around either Ware or Fitzpatrick to make this feature tonight. Couldn't do it there. Jeff Fitzpatrick able to hold him off. Now Schmutz in underneath him. Just not enough room to make a big move. Now he might have him up the hill down into 1 and 2. One car of Schmutz pinned down in the bottom, 3 wide. This is the final transfer spot right here. Davis has the lead from Stewart. Then batters Gatsky, Moody, LaFleur, Ware, and Fitzpatrick. That 90 car right now, your final transfer spot. That will be kind of the focus into this one as we are working lap number 5 of 12. Be 7 to go this time when they come around to the stripe. Fitzpatrick up the hill, check the car just a little bit to not get into Ware, but that doesn't open the door for Schmutz at all. Now Schmutz with a good run off the top. Does he have enough to drive alongside? No, 90 car keeps the right rear out in front of that bumper on the front, and he is just holding the one car at bay. Coming down the front stretch. All right, off the left front suspension as he goes to the high side. Now Schmutz has the spot. You can see the damage on the left rear corner. Trying to chase down Ware. There you see the 90 car. Fitzpatrick back up to the inside in 3 and 4. Keeping our eye on the battle for the final transfer spot. 4 laps to go. Still Davis out in front, 1.2 seconds. Jeff Stewart in second. Keenan batters Will Gatsky, Larry Moody, Buddy Ware, Jack LaFleur. That green 119 car is 7th, and Jacob Schmutz is holding on by a thread to the 8th and final transfer spot. Lap starting to click off a little more quickly now. Down to 3 to go. Staying green. Time running out for the 90 of Jeff Fitzpatrick to get the spot back. Nathan Davis out in front, holding a 1.266 second lead over Jeff Stewart. Will Gatsky is in there in third. Keenan batters Larry Moody, Buddy Ware. Jack LaFleur catching him, and now Jacob Schmutz has put about 3 car lengths between himself and Jeff Fitzpatrick. Big deal to these guys to make the feature each and every night. Fitzpatrick got a good run out of 2. Now Schmutz down the backstretch trying to hold him off. Davis is easily going to win this one. Gatsky second. Stewart and Batters battling for third and fourth. It's going to be Batters, then Stewart. Moody, Ware, LaFleur, and Schmutz holds off Fitzpatrick and makes it into tonight's feature. Jeff Fitzpatrick, the 90 car, the only car that will not transfer through. You're set up for a short warm-up session. What we're going to do while they're out there warming up is we're going to let you check this out. All right. Drivers being told we'll be getting ready to go to the feature. 35 laps on the board. 20 cars ready to do battle. On the pole, the 44 machine of Tyler Schell, and on his outside, Shane Yates in the 11. Row 2 on the inside, Jaden Wolf, the 07. The 8 of Cole Newhoffen sits to his outside. Third row, inside, John Batista. 54 machine on the, and I have that backwards, Jacob Fields on the inside, John Batista on the outside. Colby Cooper will start inside row 4. Cody Kelly will start to the outside of him, position number 8. Inside of row 5, Zach Rounds in the 28, and the 17 of Christopher Monroe on the outside. Row 6, Cole Bassow inside the 011. On the outside of him, the 04 of Jason Randolph. Nathan Davis will start the 36 machine on the inside of row 7 with Will Gatsky in the 70 to his outside. The 8th row, Keena Batters inside, Jeff Stewart outside. The 9th row, the Larry Moody on the inside, Buddy Ware to the outside of him. And in the final row, Jack LaFleur on the inside of Jacob Schmutz. Your 20-car starting field, 35 laps. Like I said at the top of the show, one of the best races we've seen happened here about 8 weeks ago. '54 car of John Batista, the 44 of Tyler Schell. Back and forth, side by side, lap after lap. Fantastic racing. This track seems to produce a lot of very, very good long green runs with competitive challenges everywhere throughout the field, and I expect the exact same thing from these guys tonight. They're going to get ready to go green out of turn number 4. 35 lap season finale. A champion will be crowned at the end of this one. Appreciate you guys tuning in. If you want to be part of the action, send us a private message. We'll tell you how next season to be part of one of the greatest series on the service. Pace truck is in. We are ready to go green. For the final time in season number 1 for the Wednesday Night Warriors, the green flag flies over the feature race, and Tyler Schell wastes no time finding the outside fence with the right rear of that 44 machine and screaming out to the lead in front of Shane Yates. Battle for third, Jaden Wolf and the 007 of Jacob Fields. Here comes Cole Newhoffen in the 8 car around the top side, and he's got John Batista in the 54 in tow. That is your top 6 right now. Fields, the only car in the top 6 not running up by the fence. Now, 44 of Tyler Schell down to the bottom side. To the top side in 1 and 2. Yates up to the top side as well. Now, Wolf to the bottom. Yates stays on the top. That's a battle for second place. They're going to come out of 4 side by side. Almost contact. A little bit of contact there as Newhoffen got pinned up behind Fields, who checked up for Wolf. Wolf able to hang on to third. He's after Yates. See the cars right up to the top. Looking back at 7th place, Zach Rounds. Right behind him, Colby Cooper, then Cody Kelly. Cole Basso, the 11 machine. Down the front stretch, Basso catches the outside wall. Down the backstretch that time. Still 1 full second between Tyler Schell and Jaden Wolf. Yates up the hill, got into Fields a little bit, just checked him up. That checked up Newhoffen. And Batista got by. Those two still trading paint down the front stretch into turn 1 as they come back across the track in front of people. A lot of shaking up going on right there. It's Wolf second, Yates third, Fields fourth, Rounds up to 5th, Colby Cooper, Cole Newhoffen, Cody Kelly, John Batista, and Cole Basso, your top 10. Side-by-side battle as Fields and Yates make contact in turns 1 and 2. Fields comes away with third. Yates back to fourth. Shane Yates hard through the middle of the corner, right rear, bumps the outside wall. He's able to keep the car underneath him. Jaden Wolf not allowing the gap between himself and Tyler Schell to grow. Still 1 second. Now 1.1 seconds down into 3. This time Wolf went to the bottom. Car got a little out of shape, but he picks up time right there, right back to 1 second flat. Fields closing in on Wolf for third. Yates still fourth. Rounds closing in from fifth to fourth. Colby Cooper still hanging on to sixth in front of Cody Kelly. Nathan Davis has got a battle now. Cole Newhoffen, Jason Randolph, John Batista, all right on top of the 36 machine. Davis to the top side. Out of turn 2. Going to hang on to 8th position right here. Newhoffen hard into the fence. Now turns Randolph, then turns Basso.
Caution is out. Caution is out.
So the first caution, 1/3 of the way through this thing, as Newhoffen up the hill, right rear, up against the fence, pulls the right front around and over the cushion. And then a chain reaction behind that. A lot of cars behind and nobody really into the 8 car after Randolph and Basso. So Newhoffen will go into the attention of his crew and see if there's anything wrong with that one. But your top 10 currently. Take that 9th place car out of there to be Schell, Wolf, Fields, Yates, Rounds, Cooper, Kelly, Davis, Batista, and Larry Moody. So the 1 second lead that Schell enjoyed has been erased. Now a lot of players in this one. Randolph, Basso back on track. So Schell, Wolf, Yates, Rounds, and Cooper, your top 5. And a lot of cars right back in the mix of this one. All right, 2 by 2 they go. Schell and Wolf on the front row. Pace truck will head for pit road right here. 23 laps remain. Schell on the throttle once again. Green flag in the air. Goes to the top side, gets the 44 car hung up in the fence. Now a little bit of contact between he and Jaden Wolf. Down to the middle of the corner. Oh, contact between Yates and Rounds hard into the fence. Grabs the car back up underneath him. Battle at the front. Wolf slide job on Schell. Schell able to counter it. Coming again down here in 3 and 4. I don't think he's got the momentum to make it happen, but Jaden Wolf finding something right against the inside. He's going to make a bid for the lead. First time all night long we've seen someone other than the 44 car out in front. Jaden Wolf, your new leader, the 07 machine. Shane Yates recovering from the contact a little bit ago with Rounds, and a power-ish move from Tyler Schell on Wolf right there as he just muscled him up off the bottom. Then he gets it in the fence. Everybody has to check up. These two are going to fool around, and Shane Yates is going to end up picking up the lead here from these guys as he slides around Jaden Wolf this time.
All right, man.
Caution once again. We're going to look at the 28 car of Zach Rounds backwards in turn 4. And definitely not the angle that we want to see this from. He's back here. That's Christopher Monroe and Will Gatsky. And he just finds a fence with the right rear corner of the car all on his own. And then, a soft rollover. It looks like he bounced it right back on its wheels. So he is taking it into the infield. And they will get a quick look at that car, see if they can get him back out on the track. A little bit of bumping and grinding going on at the front there a few laps ago. And we'll see what that does as we're going to get ready to restart here probably the next lap. Not this time, but the next time it looks like. So Zach Round's car still in the infield. '28 machine is still in pit road. He's going to run out of time if he's not careful. So they're going to get one to go this time from race control. Halfway in the feature. Shell, Yates, Wolf, Cooper, Kelly, Batista, Moody, or Davis, then Moody, then Fields. It looks like Jason Randolph will retire from the event. Jeff Stewart, Jason Randolph, both retired from this event. So 18 cars. Maybe 17 if Rounds doesn't get out of the pits and catch the field before they take the green. He'll start going laps down. But new front row. Still Tyler Shell on the inside, but this time Shane Yates, the 11 car, on the outside. A little missed time to start there from Wolf, and that's going to cost him big time. He's going to give up a lot of ground now to that 44 machine. Yates around the top side gives up second for the moment to Wolf. Good battle behind that. Cooper, Kelly, Batista, Fields all in it. Looks like Larry Moody is finding trouble with the fence out there on the right side in turns 3 and 4. Jaden Wolf still third. And now Cody Kelly. Where did Shane Yates go? Cannot find Shane Yates. Shane Yates all the way back to 13th now. Jacob Fields now around the top side. He's going to pick up third. John Batista into fourth. Cody Kelly sliding back into fifth. Then Cooper, Davis, Gatsky, Basso, and Monroe, your top 10. Here comes Wolf again. Into the second spot, starting to close the gap on the 44 machine of Tyler Shell. Now Jacob Fields finds trouble. Turn 2, finds the outside wall. That allows Batista to get by. John Batista up to third. Tyler Shell, still your leader, but Jaden Wolf has closed the gap now down to about 3 car lengths. 13 to go this time. Out of turn number 4, Wolf keeps the car pinned to the bottom left front up against the berm. He's finding some traction down there as he keeps closing the gap. Here comes the slider in 1 and 2. Almost too late, puts the right rear over the curb. Now he's going to have to gather it back up and make up a bunch of ground. Fields has gotten back around Batista for third. You saw Nathan Davis slide job on Cody Kelly. That didn't stick. Cooper still in the middle of the battle right there with those two. That is 5th, 6th, and 7th. Good racing back through the field as we reach the 11 to go mark. Wolf trying to reel back into the 44 machine of Tyler Shell. Not closing the gap too much this time. Maybe picked up a 10th. On the stopwatch, he picked up 2/10, a 2:47 for your leader, and 0.50 for Jaden Wolf. Jacob Fields in the twos along with your leader now. Wolf closing the gap, physically can see it each time as we're down to 10 to go. Down to the bottom of 3 and 4 once again comes the 07 machine. Does he have the momentum coming out of 4 this time by a nose at the line? Jaden Wolf. Slide job in 1 and 2, goes up to the top side, gets the car to raise up on the cushion. Now down the backstretch. He's going to have to go a little wider. Slider line for the 07 up to the top side. Bumps the wall just a little bit. He's got the lead clean this time. Going back top shelf. Slider from Shell. That time Wolf checked a little as Shell bounced it off the fence. Coming down to 6 to go, and here comes Jacob Fields closing the gap on both of these guys. Going to be a 3-car battle for the lead. Wolf across, and that's a caution that maybe Jaden Wolf didn't want. So we're going to look and see who that was. Possibly Will Gatsky. So we'll go out here and look. It looks like Shane Yates make a little contact, and around he goes. He elects to take the 70 car straight to the pits. So down to 5 to go. Shell, Wolf, Fields, Batista, Davis, Kelly, Cooper, Basso, Schmutz, and Yates now inside the top 10 again. Five-lap shootout. It's been a great battle at the front, Shell and Wolf. And Jacob Fields has patiently and quietly worked his way up here, and that was going to be a 3-car intense battle for sure. Had that stayed green, because Fields was watching these guys slide job each other, and he was getting ready to pick his spot. So lights off on the pace truck. Single file with 5 to go.
Green, green, green.
Interesting start for the front of the field right there. Shell able to eke away a couple of car lengths on Wolf. Thought Wolf had it timed up. Here comes Fields down the inside of Wolf. This is going to be a tough battle for second. Now Fields goes slider line. Shell finds a little fence. Fields not able to capitalize. He's going to settle into second. Wolf found the fence, and he drops back to about 6th. Shell, Fields, Batista, Davis, your top 4. Jacob Fields, the 007 car, riding a high side shell down to the bottom. Fields with a good run out of Ford. Does he have enough momentum? Door got slammed on him right there. We'll see how he reacts to that when the time comes. Off the bottom of turn 2, down the backstretch. He's got the inside on shell. Is he going to go slider line? Yes, he does. He goes up to the top. Shell's not going to get there. New leader again. Jacob Fields in the 007. And here comes John Batista. That's your 2 points, guys, right there. Second and third. As Fields now out in front. Coming down to the 1 to go signal. White flag about to be in the air. Fields, Shell, Batista. Jacob Fields. Here comes Shell's going to throw the haymaker slider, and he just parks it right in front of Fields. Fields back to the inside. Now down to 3 and 4. What's going to happen down here? Jacob Fields. Tyler Shell. Contact. Contact again. Shell is going to win it. Fields second and Batista third. There was a lot of contact in these. But you get your top 3 around on the front stretch. We'll have interviews with them. We'll talk to the champ after this one. Waiting for the other 2 drivers to make their way around. Here comes John Batista. I don't think Mr. Fields has been bringing his car around to see us here. So we will pause them up right there. Get ready to talk to these guys up here in interview. I don't see Mr. Fields must have taken off. So we will talk to John Batista. Hey, JB, you there, buddy?
Hey, yes, sir.
All right, man. Well, a third place run tonight is going to bring you home second in the points, man. Talk to us about that feature. You had your ups and your downs.
Yeah, feature sucked for me. Didn't really help starting in the back of the heat. I mean, I did finish second, but I think I started like 5th or 6th in the main, and it was just Cole Newhoffen, like usual for me every week here. Every time he starts in front of me, it's impossible to pass when he rides the wall, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So I tried to pass him a few times, and then tried turning me down the front stretch. So I went all the way back to like 15th there. But, you know, I'll take a second place. Kind of hard when you're battling the leader and other people. Yeah, congrats to Tyler on his victory, and congrats to Jacob on his second place. This is a good season for me, a lot of fun, and we'll come back next season and try to win a few more.
Yeah, been a fantastic season, and each and every week you guys have put on a heck of a show, and there's been a lot of battling tonight here at Knoxville. We saw a little more car contact than what we're used to seeing. From your seat, man, what was going on out there?
Well, the start, the track was way slicker than the last time we came here, so it was a little less racy. I feel like as the season went on, our car count was a little bit higher, and the tracks got a little bit worse than they were at the beginning of the season. I think they were a lot racier at the beginning, and we were starting the tracks at like 5 or 10%. So the tracks like Lima Land, it was really tough to pass. This one was really hard to pass. You know, I don't know in these cars if after for this, or in this example, if the track gets a little bit slicker than it is right now, if the racing gets better, I really don't know. I don't have a lot of experience in these, but slick track like that, it's kind of hard to pass in these. I think if it was a little bit tackier, I probably would have been able to run the bottom a lot more like I did in the first race here. I think in the first race, me and Tyler ran pretty much every single line possible on this track, and tonight it was really tough, especially when the top 5 or 6 guys are all running the same line around the top. You really couldn't come off until pretty much the end of the race there. And I know Jacob was running the bottom really well, and so is Jaden. But I think the top is just a little bit better.
Well, still a great season, a good run tonight, man. Shout-outs and thank yous before we let you go celebrate, buddy.
First I just want to thank Jason Barati at Absolute Automation Security for staying in the car for another season. Looking forward to representing him for another pro season coming up this Monday. And all the guys at Black Diamond Motorsports, pretty solid season for us, for those of us that ran the mod season. Nate did pretty well. So congrats to Nate on going up for the last race. And congrats to Tyler on the well-deserved championship.
All right, man. Well, thanks for chatting with us. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow night in the 410 cars. And keep me a cold beer down there at the trailer. I'll be down in a minute.
Yeah, sure.
Your third place finisher tonight, John Batista, finishes second in the points. We do not have Jacob Fields to speak to after the race. He got out of here pretty quick, but we will look at our winner, 44 machine of Tyler Shell. He picks up the win, stays consistent, finishing in the top 2 each and every night in here, and he picks up the championship. Tyler Shell, what are you doing, buddy?
Nothing much, just watching the last call race. How about you?
I'm sitting here talking to you, man. You did it again. You brought that car home in one of the top 2 spots and secured yourself a title for the first time in the modified series here at DSRL. How was your feature? You had a lot of challengers tonight.
Oh, it was a lot of fun. I want to say this sorry to Jaden. I thought he was going to run a different line. He totally didn't. And it was too late when I realized he would run the bottom. I was committed to throw a slider, and I'm sorry for it. I tried to get out as much as I could. Other than that, though, it was a good race. Him and Jacob really were on me. I was just, every time we're like that, it just makes the race go so much longer. Like lap 20 or lap 25, it felt like a year by before we even hit 30. But for sure, it was tough, but it was a lot of fun, for sure.
Well, JB was telling us it seemed like the track was a lot slicker and it was harder to find places to pass. What were you feeling in your seat?
The bottom was a lot. It was too slick to keep it coming off compared to the top. It was getting there though. The middle of the corners, you really had to keep the car sideways to keep it off the fence and really spinning the tires also. So the bottom started coming in, but I think that slider line came in there late there in that last restart, and I think that was the go-to line. I thought Jacob had it pretty much wrapped up, and then he went to the top, and I just gave it all I had there going into 1, and then just checked it into 3.
Well, fantastic run. You pick up the win. You pick up the title, man. Who you have to give shout-outs to before we let you celebrate a couple of big achievements?
Just thank everybody that sponsors and the league and makes us have fun on 3 nights a week, though. And then you for broadcasting, and then Elbows Up Simsport and our sponsors, Flow Racing, Anderson Speedway, Motorsports Beach, Jess Logistics, Paints by Tuna Gander, Got Real Estate, BS Air, Overall Photographs, Catch Fence Apparel, Roofco, and Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation.
All right, man. Well, congratulations again. Thanks for chatting with us, and I look forward to seeing you over in the 410s tomorrow night.
Yep, sounds good.
Your winner tonight, Tyler Shell. Going to run down our final results for the season finale. What a season it has been. Tyler Shell wins it. He picks up the championship hardware as well. Jacob Fields second. John Batista third. Nathan Davis was fourth. Jaden Wolf, after a heck of a battle up front with Tyler Shell, comes home in fifth. Kobe Cooper sixth. Seventh, Christopher Monroe. Shane Yates in eighth. Cody Kelly ninth. Cole Basso in the 10th spot. Keenan Batters was 11th. Jacob Schmutz 12th. Buddy Ware 13th. 14th to Jack LaFleur. Will Gatsky in 15th. Cole Newhoff in 16th. Larry Moody 17th, 18th to Jason Randolph, Zach Rounds in 19th, and rounding out the field tonight, Jeffrey Stewart. Fantastic season for these guys. It has been awesome to cover them. We're looking forward to season 2. Hopefully they can increase their field size just a little bit. I know they're trying to work on that pretty hard. If you want to get in on the action, send us a message here. We'll tell you where you need to go to get in on that action. But for myself and KR Stolfus here at the Dirt Racing Network, guys, we appreciate every single time you spend time with us. We know you can choose anywhere to go watch sim racing, but you choose Dirt Racing Network. So from the bottom of our hearts, thank you very much. We can't wait to see you tomorrow night for the 410 Outlaw Series over at Dirt Slingers.